26th day of August in the year of our Lord, 1644. A commentary upon sundry matters concerning the prophet Isaiah, his book of the Old Testament, by the Reverend David Sempill, minister of the faith in the parish of Woodilee in the...
Dad?
What is it, Isabel?
Oh, I'm awful sorry to interrupt your studies, Mr. Sempill, but there's old news for up the water. It's Marian Simpson, her that's wife to Richie Smale, Mr. Shillinglaw's herdsman.
What over, Isabel?
She's been sick this 12 months. And news come for Johnny Dow, the packman, that she's near her release.
Well, I must ride over at once. Bring my boots, will you?
Aye. Well, no, you ken the road, Mr. Sempill, up by Meyerthorpe and run the hill.
There is a quicker way.
How do you know a quicker way?
Don't forget, Isabel, my grandfather was the miller in these parts.
Oh, and a fine, upstanding man.
I'll
True,
go
Mr.
by
Sempill.
where his mill was, at Woodthorpe.
But that's through the wood.
The wood?
Aye.
Well, you mean the old wood, so?
Oh, it's no me that would go through the wood in the night time.
Why, Isabel, why?
No matter. No matter. But have a care, Mr. Sempill. I beg you.
What the devil?
What were you, man? Keep to the wood.
Throw another stone and I'll run you through. Who are you?
I'm Gibby. Daft Gibby, they call me. I'm nice enough to ride through the wood by night. Weary of a gangawa, hasty for the house and
Look, man.
the moor and down the barn, weary of a near return.
Debbie, what are you going on about?
And who might you be?
My name is Sempill. David Sempill. I'm the new minister at Woodilee.
A minister, eh? Well, it would be different for a minister, no doubt. And where might you be going?
To see Marian Simpson.
Her that's died. I'll nae hinder you more. Woe we ye, we ma blessing.
Will you no be quiet, woman? I canna abide the noise of the women folks keening.
Richie, it has the authority of the book to it. For it's written, the people ululate. Yet mayhap you're right. We should not grieve, but rather rejoice that Marian's gone to her reward.
Mayhap, but I'm no repining. The Lord gave and the Lord has taken back. And I'm real glad she had the comfort of your cell at her end, minister. Man, it was kind of you to max a case. But I'll no keep you. You've a long ride home.
I'll pray for you this night, Richie.
That's good of you. Who are those carols? Look there, what can they be wanting at this time of night?
They look like soldiers.
Aye, you'd best stay inside, minister.
Oh, come, Richie, we've nothing to fear from them.
Have we no? Well, if you'll no stay, I'll bid you good night. I've no love for them or their kind.
Gentlemen, may I be of any assistance to you?
That you may, sir.
Do you travel late? Who are you?
Well, you see, 3 old soldiers of Leban's on our way north.
We be Angus men, and of the general's leave to visit our homes. You belong here a ways?
I lived here as a boy, but I'm now returned.
Well, you can maybe help us with the road then. Ken you a house of the name of Caledon?
I think I can put you on your way to Caledon. But it's a round ways road, so I'll be your guide myself.
Oh, it would not be such a burden on your good nature, sir.
The night's fine, and I'm in no haste for my bed.
We're beholden to you, sir. My name is Mark Kerr. This is my fellow trooper Sybil and their groom Jamie.
Caledon Tower, gentlemen. And now, I must leave you.
Well, pray do not, I beg you. I would be honoured if you'd take a tass of wine, miss. But without you, I would never have found our way through this confounded dark wood. Hey, James.
Ebant obscuri sola sub nocte per umbra.
Aye. Perque domos ditis vacuas et inania regna.
I did not expect to find a scholar in these hills.
Nor did I know that Virgil was the common reading of Leaven's men.
Who is it?
We would speak to Nicholas Hawkshaw.
The lair's not here, sir, and there's orders none are to enter.
Carry this ring to the Lady Grizzle. If need it will be welcome. Wait, Will, isn't it? My old comrade.
Master Kerr!
Aye.
It's a kind wind that has blown you to Culloden this night. Who have you with you?
Oh, just two of my fellows, and this gentleman who has kindly guided us here, Mr.
Sempill. I'm the new minister at Woodilee.
I did not know you to be a man of the cloth, sir.
I've no doubt but you'll be acquainted with our own minister, Mr. Fordyce, sir. He was here with us at supper this very evening.
Not as yet, but he dines with me tomorrow.
Who is it, Will? At this time of night?
'Tis an old comrade of your uncle's and mine, Mistress Catherine, from the German wars. Mark Kerr.
You're welcome, sir, and your companions. Sire.
This is our groom, James. This is my companion in arms with Leaven's troopers, William Sibbald. And this gentleman is Mr. Sempill, the minister at Woodilee.
You are welcome, all. I'll conduct you to my aunt.
Mistress...
Yester, sir. My name is Catherine Yester. I'm the laird's niece.
Mistress Yester, my thanks, but I'll not stay. My housekeeper was expecting me this hour since, and she'll be afeard ocht's gonna gley with me.
I'm sorry, sir. I would I might have had some discourse with you. Your parish is fortunate in its minister. I would all Scotland were as happily served.
Good night, Mr. Sempill. You must visit us again.
Divers among antique scholars learned in Hebrew tongue have disputed concerning the prophet Isaiah whether... Nay, before I commence, I must, in troth, set down my thanks to the Lord for his manifold blessings toward me. Surely my lines are fallen into a goodly place and a pleasant habitation. For he has set me not among strangers, but among friends, where I'm known to many, my grandsire being latterly the miller hereabouts. My soul rejoiceth also in those upright, godly men, my neighbouring ministers, the Reverend Mungo Muirhead of Kirkalla, the Reverend James Fordyce of Caldshaw, the Reverend Ebenezer Proudfoot of Bold, who dine with me this day.
You've come among us in brave times, Mr. Sempill, and right glad we are to have your young blood and strong arm to aid us in the work of the Presbytery. Eh, Mungo?
Why, man, Mr. David, that's so. You're a different thing entirely from your predecessor, but look at your table. You've made us a feast of fat things, sir, with your boiled fowls and your moor pouts and then your oat cakes and your fine pewter. Aye, and your good ale.
Will you sup some more ale, Mr. Muirhead?
How well, Isabel. I've got a rare Abigail and Isabel Veach, Mr. Sempill.
Aye, that I have, Mr. Muirhead. Mr. Fordyce, another draught?
Thank you, sir, but alas, I canna. I'm in behind. My stomach's that poor.
The worthy Mr. McMichael never had but bannocks to set before us, you recall, Mr. Fordyce.
He was not a rich man, but a pious one, and is now gone to his reward. But he was perhaps our old and feeble to reform this all too sinful parish. Sinful, sir? Sinful? I differ in toto. Woodilee was aye famous for its godly elders. Is it not Ephraim Caird and Peter Pennycook and good Amos Ritchie? Aye, and what of Andrew Shillinglaw?
Well, no doubt, but that the devil walks about like a roaring lion in Woodilee is in other bits. But there's men of God to resist him.
Is there the Spirit of God in the people, sir? That's what I want to get. There's old stories of the wood. The black wood could tell some tales if the trees could talk.
Let's forget the whole thing. You're a scholar, Mr. Sempill. Is Samuel you're writing on?
Isaiah.
Oh, aye.
The people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the shadow upon them has the light shined. There's a text from Isaiah that you may put in your treatise, Mr. Sempill.
No doubt but that I will, Mr. Proudfoot, though I've yet to commence there too. What with the plenishing of the manse and other matters attendant upon my taking up my ministry here. Tell me, sir, why that verse in especial?
Well, Mr. Sempill,
Have you not heard, Mr. Sempill? But you will not. A post came to Kirkalderystream. It seems that 3 weeks since there was a great battle outside York at a place called Marston Moor, where our good Scots wrought mightily. And our own Lord Leven quite overthrew the king's horsemen under that deal, Prince Rupert, and put the king's army to flight.
The Lord be praised for his mercy therein.
Aye, the good work goes cannily on. What better sign could we have of the Lord's benison than that he brought to naught our own apostate, the malignant Montrose?
How so, sir?
Seemingly Montrose and his renegade Scots never reached York till the day following the battle.
Aye, and well a steer they were too, to have to turn about and hie after Prince Rupert with their tails atween their legs.
Aye, you've a notable clock there, Mr. David.
It was made for my grandfather by John Atchison of Leith.
Was it indeed? Aye, well, it tells us the time speeds apace. My thanks for your hospitality, Mr. Sempill. We run away, gentlemen. We've a long road to win.
If we're not to ride through the Black Wood, may you be a pillar of the kirk, as I'm sure you will, Mr. David.
May you be a Hezekiah to cleave to the Lord, and to break down the images, to cut down the groves. Good day, sir.
And therefore doth the prophet conclude his 10th chapter so. And he shall cut down the thickets of the forest with iron, and Lebanon shall fall by a mighty one. For God, by his omnipotent power at all times, doth take such care for the weal and preservation of his own, that thereby he disappointeth the wicked practices of whosoever seeks to conspire anything against his holy will.
What think you, Mr. Fordyce?
We have a grand way with words, Mr. Sempill. And a wise head and young shoulders.
Thank you. Isabel.
Sorry to interrupt you, gentlemen, but Amos Ritchie has just left a brace of moorfowl for you, sir. He's been out to his garden and sent these by way of thanks for your help with the bear.
Thanks, Isabel. He's a good man, is Amos. I must thank him.
Oh, aye.
I tell you, Isabel, one day Sempill on Isaiah will rank with Robert Rollock on Daniel, or maybe even Calvin on the Romans.
Well, I'll have to finish it first. I could wish I'd chosen a shorter book, sir, or been less busy this winter.
Oh, the folk here'd better appreciate the schooling you've given their bairns than only tombs you have printed in Edinburgh, sir. And during the great snow, when Mr. Fordyce, Mr. David here was a tour of strength to the whole parish. You're well loved hereabouts, sir. Good evening to you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Isabel.
There.
Aye, sir, it's been a hard winter for us all. You're the first visitor to get to us for 6 weeks. So, what news do you have from Caledon and the great world?
At Caledon, Mistress Grizzle and Mistress Catherine are well, and reminded me that you're invited to the house whenever you will.
Ah.
As for the laird, they've heard nothing. He's still away at the wars.
Would he be with the forces against Montrose?
Aye, mayhap. Either against or with.
What's that?
Well, you ken that Montrose with his Irish cairns and his Highland cattle-lads has won another great victory.
Oh, God have mercy, we must have done some great evil that the Lord lets us be so despoiled.
Be that as it may, it seems his unholy triumphs over the godly have so moved Parliament we're to have a national fast. Each parish is granted its own day of denial, with some doughty preacher to lead us in self-examination and repentance. Woodilee's is to be the first Sabbath in March, you must know.
Huh? And the preacher, sir?
The chosen vessel is to be our friend, Mr. Proudfoot of Bold. And I don't doubt that he'll fair roast the folk of Woodilee. Not that there isn't evil in the parish, ye ken, but it's an evil a deal older and viler than Jamie Graham of Montrose and his fellow recusants.
You may look to an eternity of torment. You shall be crowded like bricks into a furnace. Oh, what a bed is there! No feathers but fire, no friends but furies, no ease but fetters, no daylight but darkness, no clock to pass away the time, but endless eternity. Fire eternal that ever burns and never dies away. Oh, my friends, I have given you but a short touch of the torments of hell. 10,000 times 10 million of years doth not one jot shorten the dread miseries of the damned. Will you see to your good wife, Mr. Caird? She seems much affected by the good words.
You must be awful dry for the preaching, Mr. Proudfoot. I'll recharge your horn with ale again.
Oh, thank you, Mistress Isabel. For though we're forbidden meat this day by a kind dispensation, there's no ruling against taking a sup of good ale.
You left this.
And what thought you of my discourse, Mr. Sempill?
It was indeed seasonable, sir.
You were a very good Bonerges, Mr. Proudfoot, a true son of thunder. I thank you, Mr. Caird. I trust all is well in the parish. Oh, that it is. We are well pleased with our new minister. And I trust my ain words this day will have taken some root. Oh, that they will, Mr. Proudfoot, that they will. There is no doubt but that you have wrestled doughtily with Lucifer and gave him a tumble.
Now winter is past and Beltane upon us. I'm more minded to record my thoughts about my ain folk here in Woodilee than attend to my treatise. I reprobate my sin in jealously disregarding the preaching of my neighbour Mr. Proudfoot. Whether his words influenced Montrose's late check at Dundee, I know not, but seemingly they took root in this parish, which has since become so well conducted that the poor box has received but little in penalties. Nor, too, were any fined for slack attendance at the kirk or Sabbath breaking, save the man shilling law. There are no oaths, at least in my hearing, and little drunkenness, saving again Andrew Shillinglaw. Yet there is something in the air, something I cannot fathom. I'm wandering like old Fordyce. What if tomorrow is the 1st of May? It's a grand fine day. Isabel?
Aye, sir?
Isabel, I've been too long at my books. I'm off for a walk to clear my head.
Oh, you're wise to go for a donor in the Callery, Mr. David. You've had a sair winter, and your face is like a disc flute. I'll watch the hill and ratch your legs.
It's in the wood I thought of walking.
Oh, mercy on us. On Beltane's Inn, Mr. Sempill, my father was a bold man, but he wouldn't have stubbed a foot into Mellon Udrigal this day, not for a king's ransom.
Old wise tales,
that
Isabel.
They are not. They're the tales of wise men and bold men. You'll not come near the wood. Nothing this day of our days. It's full of bogles and fairlies.
Woman, what concern has a servant of God with your heathen fables? Bogles and fairlies, indeed. Think shame to repeat such folly, Isabel. Bogles and fairlies. Man, but it's thick here. No one. But sure, the cowering fools are afeard of coming this far in. Well, my staff is no broken reed, friend Isaiah. I'll trust it. Have at ye, bogle. Full for ye, fairly. That's better. Saul has slain his thousands of bogles, but David, his
thousands of fairlies. Merciful God, what... In the name of heaven...
Who's there? Who is it?
Oh, never fear, madam.
Why? What does the minister of Woodilee in the wood?
Madam, I confess, I thought you were a fairy.
And have you so far forgot your sacred calling as to believe in such creatures?
I am shamed.
And I am flattered. Mr. Sempill, is it not?
It is, and...
Catherine Yester. We met briefly at my uncle's house, Caledon.
Of course.
You must excuse my singing. I am learning your country songs from the serving maids.
You have not been long in this land?
Since June last year. This is my first Scottish spring. I have lived mostly in France since my father died at Lutzen.
So that is why your speech is so strange to my ears.
I had not thought it would be so beautiful here. I love this glade with its wild flowers. I have named it Paradise. Is that blasphemous?
No, indeed, the word does signify a garden. And yet the people hereabouts have some dread of the wood.
Poor old Mr. Fordyce is always muttering darkly about it, but he never will explain.
He told me a tale of some devilish altar.
Did he? He must mean the stone with letters on. I came across it once.
What letters?
An I, an O, and an M, as I recall.
Iovi Optimo Maximo.
Hmm?
It is indeed an altar, Mistress Yester, no doubt set up by the Roman legions when they were in these parts. It is dedicated to Jupiter.
So, Mr. Fordyce was right. But now I must return, and I will carry you with me.
But
I will brook no denial. My Aunt Grisel will not forgive me if she learns I have met you and not captured you for her table.
Madam.
She holds herself greatly obliged to you for your kindness. Last year, in directing my uncle's friends to the house.
It was but what any man would have done.
Besides, now we know this wood of Melanudrigal does indeed have a pagan secret. I need your good offices to protect me from the fairies.
And the bogles, madam.
What, sir?
The bogles. My housekeeper was particularly admonitory concerning the bogles.
You're teaching me to be a good Scotch woman, are you not, Aunt?
Oh, get along with you. Making horrid brews of herbs for her medicine.
Well, I've heard Mr. Fordyce say he's had great benefit from your simples, madam.
He has many bodily disorders, misfortunate creature. I'm only glad to do what I can for him.
I wish you could do something for his sermons, Aunt Grisel.
Such a preachment of dismal texts. Seventhly, my brethren, and in parentheses... Catherine, I'll not have a man of the cloth mocked in my house. He has a very proper mien for a Christian man.
But not all Presbyterians have to be gloomy. Mr. Sempill isn't. Nor was his grace, yet he's an elder of his kirk.
His grace?
My niece refers to His Majesty's commander in Scotland, Lord Marquis of Montrose, whom you had the goodness to conduct to my house in August last.
Montrose?
Yes. I fear his nobility of spirit made his disguise as a lowly groom somewhat transparent. Did you not think?
To find that I had been a very Eliashib to this Tobiah, this excommunicate prince of the malignants, was a grave strake. But to me this seems as nothing set against what was to follow. Had not my mind been so confused, thinking of my own folly and of the two good women to whom loyalty to this traitor seemed no sin, I would not have missed my way in the dusk. But lose my way I did, and in time came upon the very stone Mistress Yester had described to me in an empty glade. It is surely an antique altar. Seated on the altar was a horned creature, or Abelins a man guised as such. He played on the pipes, and around him a great throng of figures. The women were half naked, the men masked as beasts, goats, pigs, hounds. The men and women danced back to back, and as they danced, they chanted.
I shall go and tell a cat with 4 when stuck in a black shop.
And I shall go in the devil's name. I will come home again.
In the name of God, I forbid you. If you are demons, I command you to return to here as If you be mortal, I summon you to repent. Repent. Hear me. Satanas, Arointi Beelzebub, Arointi Samuel, Arointi Azazel.
I conjure thee, come with us.
Shilling Law, if that be you.
I conjure thee, come with us.
No!
Mr. David, are you awake? Oh, the Lord be thanked. Here's a fine hot drink for you.
Thank you.
There's no bones broken, and I've dressed your face with a sure salve.
How came I home last night?
Just when the cloak was chapping 3, I heard steps went by. I didn't dare venture out at first, but when I did, there you were, in the backyard, like a cold corpse beneath the apple tree.
Do you know what befell me?
I think you were clawed by bogles. Well, Obady kens I've given a free dispensation in Beltane's Eve.
Woman, what is this talk of bogles from lips that have confessed Christ? I was assaulted by the devil, but his emissaries were flesh and blood. When I wrestled with them, I wrestled with flesh and blood, living men and women, wrapped in a lust of evil.
And thus unto Israel was it said, Enter into the rock, and hide thee in the dust for fear of the Lord. I have sure knowledge that there are altars set up to Baal in this very parish. Be assured, I will riddle out this evil mystery and drag it into the light of day. I summon now in this place all poor deluded sinners to confession, for in the strength of the Lord will I go forward. And woe to those that harden their hearts.
You had a gale on your spirit today, Mr. Sempill. Yon was a fine waft to the world you gave us, and it's to be hoped that it will be blessed to many.
But none came forward, Ephraim.
Minister.
Good day.
You're new here, you're saying. Trust to conviction of sin, bringing evildoers to repentance.
Hey, mister.
Good day. What say you to this, Amos Ritchie?
Leave it alone, sir. I read you, leave it alone.
In the name of God, are you entangled in this wickedness?
Devil a bit. I could never abide that trucking with the wood. Never.
But it's clear you knew of it. Ye are all as the men of Israel that failed Gideon by the waterside.
Mr. Sempill, we are but weak vessels. Be patience with us. I ken nothing of these things myself, but hey, you nae thought questioning Andrew Shillinglaw.
I have.
There's no more ungodly or carnal man in the parish.
I'll visit him at Reaver's Law tomorrow. Andrew Shillinglaw.
Minister. Good day to you, sir.
Good day.
I'm not over happy with these small Cumberland sheep. They're fine for the green braes, but they're nae much use for the heather country. What brings you to these tops?
To see you, sir. I called at Reaver's Law, but Richie Smale said you were here.
Aye.
You weren't born in this parish?
No. I've been here a dozen years, but I'm an incomer like your son.
Oh, I'm hardly so. I was often here as a laddie.
You're still no part of the place, as you found your cell this Sabbath past.
Andrew Shillinglaw, I command you to tell me if you are yourself clean from this mystery of evil which scourges the parish.
I was drinking at Lucky Weir's the whole time. By midnight I was in no state to walk too well, let alone dance. I stayed the night there. Do you know that Woodilee is a name of old for witchcraft? And many witches have been ta'en and burnt there.
Mr. Fordyce said something of the sort, aye?
So I. Poor souls.
How so? They are creatures of the devil. Such talk is impious, Mr. Shillinglaw.
Nonetheless, I say poor souls. The kirk is set against witchcraft, and every wee while a daft old wife is burnt. But it's a decent body that sits and groans beneath the pulpit, and the fosy professor that wags his paw and deplores the wickedness of the land. Yon's the true warlocks.
Give me the names, man. I'll denounce the sinner, though he were one of my own elders.
I speak no names. I nae proof. But the next Sabbath is likely at Lammas. We've a 3 month. I'll keep my eyes skinned for ye. I'll give you one thought, though.
What?
Did you no say in your discourse that ye struck the horned fellow playing the pipe?
Aye.
Ephraim had a fine blue bruise in him in the kirk, and he's a canny piper.
Ephraim cared?
I'll stand by thee, for I'll not see a good man beating a good cause. There's my hand on it.
Thank you, sir. I will, of course, raise the matter at the next Presbytery meeting with my brother ministers.
Will you so? Well, good luck to you, man.
Walk on Israel!
Gentlemen, your wrath is just, but it is unguided. I pray you, before we break bread, let us give thought as to what this presbytery may do in the face of the bitter reverses we have suffered at the hands of the malignant Montrose. Mr. Fordyce.
Aye, Mr. Muirhead.
How say you we may halt this mailed Amalekite afore all Israel runs red with the blood of our saints, frae Dan to Beersheba?
We could maybe write to Parliament asking them to haste David Leslie and his men back frae England. Do you know think?
Aye.
I agreed, Mr. Proudfoot.
It gladdens me, Mr. Muirhead, to hear ye pronounce that word, agreed. For our earlier dissensions did but give comfort to the Lord's enemies. Let Israel dwell in unity, I say, for a house divided shall not stand.
A word in season indeed. And now let us go.
Mr. Muirhead, after we have dined, shall the Presbytery discuss the matter of Woodilee?
No, sir, it will not.
But it is most important.
David, I applaud zeal in a young minister. But heard ye not the wise words of Mr. Proudfoot of Bold? You've set the whole parish of Woodilee by the lugs with your wanton accusations. This is no time to sow confusion among God's people when the very temple is threatened.
Mr. Muirhead.
I say no. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I fear you didn't hear the Presbytery, were you, in this, David?
Seems I do not, Mr. Fordyce.
You ain't gotten me on your side. Not that I'm much of a fighter. Come to Coltshaw, man, if you need speech with a friend.
Mistress Katrine. Mistress Katrine.
I give you good day, sir. Have you lost the road?
I am seeking paradise.
It is the quest of all mortals, they tell me. But Mr. Fordyce says it is not to be found on earth.
I was seeking the earthly one to which you yourself led me.
You entered then by invitation, but I do not think I bade you come again.
Then I beg for admission, mistress. I have sore need of paradise.
I have not been to your kirk, but they tell me that you are scorching the soul of your folk with your terrors.
Oh, would to God I could scare them into salvation.
Oh, such a fury indeed to talk so.
I have been in dire straits, Mistress Katrine, for I came again to find paradise, but stumbled into hell.
Aye, Mr. Fordyce told me something of your troubles. You look older and sadder. What is this witchcraft?
I cannot tell. save that it is the nethermost works of darkness, and it has seduced the hearts of my unhappy people. There is but one in the village will stand by me, and I have no other friend save Mr. Fordyce.
Nay, you have one other. You have me for a friend, and you have this green wood for a sanctuary.
You give me such ease from my pain. Yet when I came here just now, you were so cool towards me, I thought I'd given some offence.
Oh, David, I have a new song from my maid. 'Tis but a foolish thing, but will it please you to hear it?
Aye, madam, it would. Greatly.
There's comfort for the comfortless, and honey for the bee, and there's none for me but you, my love, and there's none for you but me, and there's none for you but me, my love.
Mr. David. Mr. David?
What is it, Isabel?
Andrew Shillinglaw's here. Is this you summoned him on account of his Sabbath breaking?
What? Oh, aye. Aye. Come into my study, Andrew.
Aye.
This is a very grave matter and most grievous in the sight of the Lord.
Aye. Mr. Sempill, nae doubt but it is.
Sit yourself down, sir. Thank you, Isabel.
Aye, sir.
What brings you here, Andrew? You have news?
Maybe. It seems Cair's wife's a notable hen wife. She's a red cockerel. There's no the like in this countryside.
What has this to do with our business?
You'll see.
But do you know if there's to be a Sabbath at the Covenant Lammas?
Oh, aye, that's certain. I heard them speak with it Lucky Weirs when they thought I was a dwam with the ale. And that night, you and I must take to the wood to observe their devilries.
Aye, that we must.
I've a hidey-hole prepared in the bushes with a glade beyond old stone. The night previous, you'll lie at Reever's Law. Give out you're away visiting. That'll all them, but he can watch all.
Aye.
Nae doubt you'll see.
And you?
I got this wee bottle from a horse dealer in Carlisle. Smell it.
Oh.
What do you think,
Oh, it's a powerful, strange smell. I never smelled the like.
It's what they call a drawing oil. Oil of henny seed. I'll wager there's not a file of the same between here and Embro. And once that's on you, it's a deal to get rid of.
So what's your purpose?
Anyone I empty it on is sure to reek with the next day. And it's my intention to anoint that killworm with a piper with it. And before you ask how I'll get close enough, I've aught else to show you. Here in my satchel.
Oh, merciful God.
It's a fine mask, is it no? It's a terrible pity the old Reever's Law billy goat had to die for the making of it. I'll bide in cover with you. And then when the folk are half demented, I'll slip it on and join with them till I'm near that piper.
Andrew, have a care how you tamper with this accursed thing. Beware the power of Satan, my friend.
I've seen now much of the world to take such lightly, minister. But the good Lord will be looking down that night as ever. He'll care our purpose to be just. My oath on it, Mr. Sempill.
Is this what we saw last time, Davy?
No, it's more solemn, maybe.
Evelyn's what you would clap their high mass.
Jesus mercy. What are they saying? They're calling on the demons. First the lesser, then the greater.
Aberon they're after.
It is the devil incarnate they're summoning.
I keep myself, he'll come for your own parcel of livers.
Look now. The cockerel. I thought so. That's it.
The sacrifice.
Do you recognize any of the women folk?
Some of them, yes.
I'm thinking it's time for the old goat to join the jig. If you've any sense, Mr. Sempill, you'll hie away now whilst they're busy. If they catch you when they're done, I'll not answer for your life. Not after last time, you ken.
You're right, I suppose, but...
I ken well, Mr. Minister. I know myself to be a sinner, and there are many a door and window where the devil can break into my soul. But this Daffin's day one. A warrior young man. I'll see you at Reaver's Law. And when you get there, hear a prayer, will you, for me?
Andrew, wake up, it's dawn.
Oh,
God, man, you reek of strong drink.
I've swallowed the better part of a bottle of whiskey, boy. I was back at 4 and I couldn't sleep. I was that wretched.
So, you drank instead?
Didn't condemn me, man. I never thought to see you more. I was fair wood with terror. You were right, though, about the power.
Saw ye the foul thief?
I saw yin in his image. And I got a drop of that sacrificial blood. And I danced till I was as mad as the rest. May God forgive me.
Oh, what of the mask? The goat mask?
I'm burnt it. The reek of the pit was in it.
Oh, so we've failed in our enterprise.
Failed? Not failed. Look here. Look here, my wee bottle of Hennessy's empty. We must get Ephraim Cairds. There's very more.
You're in no state to go anywhere. You'd best sleep. I'll go there. You sleep, man. You've done well.
Mistress Caird?
Oh, Minister. Oh, what brings you here? I heard you was visiting your cousin at New Biggin.
Would you call Ephraim for me?
He's no here. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Sempill. He's up at Kirkcallar with Mr. Muirhead about some Presbyterian matters.
Strange. I know nothing of this. What are you burning?
Just some old cunts.
There's a mighty queer smell about them.
It's something my man was dosing the sheep with. I didn't ken where he got it. I think it was Mistress Gristle at Culloden.
I was wanting to ask you, you had a braw red cockerel the last time I was here.
Aye?
Well, Isabel's just bought some pullets. Could we have the lending of him to put him to them?
Oh, God love you, sir. Oh, he'd been no good to you. He was way past any such thing. Why, he went into the pot not 2 days ago, and it took me 3 hours to boil him. You're welcome to some of the broth, if you will.
Mr. Sempill. Mistress Caird.
Mr. Muirhead. What can I do for you, sir?
I was riding through these parts and I resolved to call on Ephraim. There's a matter I wish to discuss with him.
I thought he was with you, sir.
Mr. Sempill, I've just been to the man seeking you. Isabel assured me you were in...
New Biggin, just so.
Have you heard the news from England?
No, sir.
The Lord has granted our English allies another great victory over the Man of Blood in Northamptonshire at a borough called Naseby.
Good, we were so fortunate in Scotland.
Nay, man, be of good cheer. Argyll and Bailey even now lie before that devil's spawn Montrose, with horse and foot that are to his heathen hirelings as 4 men to 1. He'll nae escape the arm of the Lord this time.
Why did you wish to see me, Mr. Muirhead?
I've a letter for you that I've brought to Edinburgh. Here somewhere in my saddlebags.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Mistress Caird, would you tell Ephraim that... What is it, man? You've gone white as a sheet.
Is what's the matter, Mr. Sempill?
My father. It says he's grievous sick.
Oh, dear. There was plague in Edinburgh when I left. Go to him, my friend. Stay as long as you will. Your place is with your kin. I'll have Mr. Proudfoot see to the needs of the parish.
and honey for the bee, and there's none for me. 2 o'clock of a cold morning, and not well. Since that I can neither sleep nor concentrate my thoughts to theological explication, I will write of other matters. In primis, it exceeds now a month since I put my hand to aught save lawyers' papers, which time I spent in Edinburgh City. My father died of the pestilence on the 12th day of August. He made a good death, and lies now, I well believe, in the arms of his Maker. Secundus, that same day, Montrose, now made the King's Captain General, routed Argyll and Bailey at Kilsyth, with a loss to the godly of 6,000 dead. Glasgow is fallen to him, and Edinburgh, too, seemed in like case. Tertius, I saw there Mr. Muirhead, who, with great reluctance, allowed that my accusations against my parishioners will be heard at the next Presbyterian meeting, though I much doubt such will be held, since the Vale of Aller is become a field of campaign between the Marquis and the forces of David Leslie, new come from England. Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? Who's there?
One who comes per in certam lunam subluce maligna.
Ubi caelum conditit umbra Jupiter.
Et rebus nox absturat atra colorem. Then it is you. Will the scholarly minister of Woodilee open his door to a misfortunate soldier?
My Lord Marquis.
It was rumoured that another had replaced you. I had to be sure.
I have but been in Edinburgh for a month.
Where I had hoped to be by now.
And what brings you to my poor manse when Caledon is so nigh?
Caledon is no port for me or mine in this storm. In a nutshell, sir, we were beat. Davy Leslie surprised me on the Yarrow Hawks, and my army is utterly scattered. Which I doubt not gladdens you.
Sir.
Nay, man, I know you to be of the opposite faction. That's why I'm here. By morning, Davy himself will be knocking at Caledon's door. But you...
My lord, I cannot shelter you.
Not me, man. My companion. I believe you a faithful minister of Christ, whose custom ever was to do good to his enemies. He's wounded. The leg's broken, and there are other hurts.
I cannot say, but he may enter my house.
Bring him over.
My lord.
Oh, my God. Have a care. I'll wait outside.
My lord.
Yeah, you recognize him?
The gentleman who...
Exactly. Mark Kerr, whose servant I was. Will you shelter him?
Oh, it is a heavy charge, my lord. But I cannot say you may.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Farewell, Mark.
James.
And now, sir, I'll leave you. I have a price of £20,000 of my head, and to be caught harbouring me would not bode well for any hope you may have of preferment in the kirk.
My Lord Marquis.
Aye.
Do you know aught of the Laird of Caledon?
Nicholas. Dead. He took a ball at Kilsyth, and the wound turned malignant. Farewell.
The Pape, that pagan fool pride.
Tomorrow, Isabel.
Shh, Mr. David. You're about early. Seeing the long night you had.
Aye. The patient's still asleep.
Sleeping like a bairn. The leg's brack, but it's a clean break, and the skin's whole. He'll mend well. The Lord would never suffer one who fought so doughtily for him not to. Did he tell you the great victory?
Not him himself, no.
The whole village is buzzing with. There's word that General Leslie will be coming to the clock in his cell tomorrow.
Listen, Isabel. The man... Well, he's not... He...
Sir?
He is one of Montrose's captains, not Leslie's.
Mercy orders! A malignant!
If I think it consisted with Christian duty to save his life, so well may you.
A rampant Edomite! No. Oh, Mercy is awake. He'll murder us.
Never fear, Mrs. Fish. Let me hide till this morning's night, and you'll be rid of me.
You'll no be fit to move for a fortnight, mister.
I can ride.
Can ye? You're fortunate you fell into Mr. Sempill's horns, I tell you. Mr. Proudfoot wouldn't have been for saving you.
I cannot expose you to such danger. I'm in haste away.
Sir, my old mother used to say that nothing should be done in haste save gripping a flea. No. You may bide here till your leg's set.
Thank you.
We know our Christian duty in this house.
Isabel Veitch, you store up riches in a better place. But what are you about, woman?
I'm making a bundle of yon devil's soldier's raiment. I'll hide it in the stable. I'll get him some of my deed husband's clothes. We'll be having the Covenant and soldiers here tomorrow, and they'll ken he's no one of their own, especially the General, when he comes to the manse.
Why should Leslie come here?
For a learned man, you're wondrous glaikit, Mr. David. Isn't it the biggest house in the village? He's sure to make it his own.
Davy coming here? Oh, then I'm lost. He'll recognise me. We know each other from the German wars.
Do ye? There's a bonny kettle of fish.
No, I have a thought. It's well the season is so fine. Don't let yourself be seen, Mr. Kerr. I must ride over to Caledon.
I'm coming. David.
Mistress Katrine, are you the gatekeeper?
Will and the others have gone off while Leslie's troopers are here.
Soldiers here? We must talk privately. Can you come out?
I can. What is it?
Montrose was at my house yestreen.
The Lord Marquis? But what
He
how?
left a wounded comrade with a broken leg. Mark Kerr, one of the men with him here last year.
Colonel Kerr. He is the Marquis's most familiar friend.
We must hide him.
He cannot stay here. The house is full of his enemies.
No, not here. I was thinking of...
Paradise, of course, yes.
It must be done this night. I will contrive to bring him secretly out of the village after sunset. He can sit a horse. Can you find canvas for covering, food, bedding, and other necessaries, and smuggle them to the wood during the day?
I can, with all my heart. But I too must come at night. Our unwanted guests must know nothing. No, nor indeed must Aunt Grisser. I have the keys, and may enter or leave as I choose.
Katrine, I'm sorry to intrude on a house of mourning.
How do you mean?
Your uncle.
Oh.
Did you not know he was dead?
No. No word has come to my aunt. How do you know?
Montrose himself told me. Lacks but a day to 2 months since we brought Colonel Kerr to his abode in the wood. In the 3 weeks we nursed the Colonel, it became a very paradise indeed, made so by the presence of its angel, Mistress Yester, whom I met there almost nightly, and than whose company I know of no greater bliss. There, I have writ it. Please God, I may one day have the courage to say as much to her face. But now Mark Kerr is long departed, and it is as if he had never existed. Even his clothes and accoutrements disappeared from their hiding place in the stable, stolen no doubt by some marauding trooper. And I must bend myself to the task in hand. To the Reverend Mungo Muirhead. Sir, in response to your request that in the absence of a presbytery meeting I attend you and Mr. Proudfoot at Kirkalla to make good my charges against Ephraim Caird and others, I am happy to comply. These presents signify.
Mr. Sempill, you have brought grave charges in these papers which you've sent me. Will you repeat before us the names of those you accuse?
I myself recognized certain women to whom I can swear on my oath. These were Jean Morrison and her daughter Jess, old Alison Geddy, Eppie Lauder, the widow of Wat Lauder, and Bessie Todd. In addition, there's the evidence that you've seen against Ephraim Caird.
Eppie Lauder?
She is the decent widow of a tried Christian, sir.
All these women are unknown to me, Mr. Ebenezer, but ye and I both have known Ephraim many a year. I've called him here that he may speak for himself. Ephraim Caird, as you will answer to your God, I ask you, where were you in the murk of Lammas Eve?
Where should I be, Mr. Muirhead, but in my bed? I get to it early, for I had a long day with the hog lamb.
You know that is a lie, Ephraim Caird.
Mr. Sempill, it is not your place.
You were in the wood. You know you were, likewise at Beltane, piping and dancing away your miserable soul to the devil.
Your evidence, sir.
My ain eyes, Mr. Proudfoot.
And I answer you, Mr. Sempill, in the words of the psalmist. They opened their mouth wide against me and said, Aha, our eye hath seen it.
Before God, if you utter such blasphemies, I will strike you down.
Mr. Sempill, be seated.
I will not.
I command your silence.
Very well. You have read my case.
I have. And I find it a very weak one. Hoots, man, you bring grievous charges against your chief elder. A man of noted godliness, as I myself can testify. And what is your corroboration? The man, Andrew Shillinglaw's evidence.
Whom you admit was engaged in the wrongdoing, and who is withal a noted wine-bibber and Sabbath breaker.
You might just as well have called Daft Gibby, Mr. Sempill. Here is not evidence to hang a messin' dog. Away with you, sir, and let's hear no more on it. There is, however, another purpose in my calling yourself and Mr. Caird here. A ditty in which you yourself are named.
What is the charge?
It is twofold. That Mr. Caird is among the delatants, and it is only right that he should bring their complaint.
We allege that the minister himself had trokings with the wood and with the evil of the wood.
What, Mr. Muirhead?
By your own confession, we know that you have frequented it when decent folk were in their beds.
We have witnesses who will depone to following the minister to the wood's edge, not once, but many times, and always after nightfall.
On what errand and in what company, Mr. Sempill?
I utterly deny that...
Before you perjure yourself, I must tell you that you were seen to meet a woman. A fine report on a minister of God, sir, and it will take some reading up.
My movements were wholly innocent and can be simply explained.
I hope so, Mr. Sempill, but there is a second matter you must also explain, and its gravamen is heavier, seeing that it alleges an offence both against the will of God and the governance of this land, Ephraim.
On the 26th day of September in this year of grace, I discovered in the balks of the stable of the manse at Woodilee, atween the hatch and the wall...
And what in the devil's name were you doing snooping in my stable, Caird?
The question is not pertinent. Continue.
I discovered these. To wit, the clothing and appurtenances of a soldier.
And what of it?
In the pocket was found a torn paper giving some military instruction. It was signed by the excommunicate malignant Montrose.
Whence, sir, it is argued that you did give shelter and, moreover, in the manse, to one of the Kirk's oppressors. What say you?
I say that it is true.
Have you no notion, have you no glimmering of what you've done? You've loosed on the world a malefactor, a slayer and despoiler of God's people.
In so doing, I obeyed God's word and my own conscience.
Your conscience, sir? You would set up your own fallible judgment against the resolved opinion of the whole Kirk.
I am a minister of Christ first, and the Kirk second.
This is heresy.
Aye, you've heresy in you as well as recalcitrance.
This is presbytery business, Mr. Muirhead.
Aye. Mr. Sempill, the complaint must go forward. Meantime, till the presbytery has adjudged it, I forbid you to conduct the ordinances in the kirk at Woodilee.
So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun, and behold, the tears of such as were oppressed and they had no comforter. And on the side of their oppressors there was power, but they had no comforter. These words, my friends, are the text I take as I preach to you, as my master so often did, in the open air. Beloved, so long as religion is a mere shibboleth and does not...
Oh, my poor David. But won't this awful Mungo creature bring down thunderbolts on you for preaching in the kirkyard when he'd expressly forbidden you to use the kirk?
He cannot. He has no authority, as he would say. I'm still a placed minister. He cannot put an embargo on my speaking elsewhere.
Mr. Ford, I said something about the Lord tempering the wind to the shorn lamb. I said I'd abandon his dull sermons at Cold Shore and ride over to hear you, al fresco.
You must not mock Mr. Fordyce. He's been a good friend to me in my troubles.
And have I not?
Truly, you have been a good friend to me. Only I could wish...
What, sir?
Oh, my dear, I must say it. Katrine, I'm daft in love with you. Your face, God forgive me, comes between me and the Word. Times I canna pray for thinking on you. What does your song say? There's none for me but you, my love. Well, it's the gospel truth. Forgive me, Katrine, but I had to speak.
It's love for love that I have got, and love for love again. So turned the Reverend Mr. David Sempill, minister out of doors to the parish of Woodilee.
Oh, Katrine.
So turn your high horse head about, and we will ride for home, my love, and we will ride for home, my love.
The first day of January in the year of the Lord, 1646. A day to be marked with a white stone, for I am summoned to take meat at Caledon, its mistress's mourning seemingly ending with the new year. Yet my own happiness these months sorts not well with the distress of my people. Shillinglaw, my one ally, is ever sodden with drink. He was so when he came to tell me he'd evidence the coven held their hallow mass in the kirk itself. In short time after, the first child fell ill and died. 4 are now dead, and 8 are sick. Though if by cause of the Lord's wrath against the clachan of Woodilee or of the unseasonable weather, I cannot say. But a great fear hangs over the village. Well, I thank you for that fine repast, mistress. And this congenial company is a rare pleasure for me in these sad times.
Aye, Mr. Sempill. They do say a green Yule makes a fat kirkyard.
Aye. Half the clachan sees it as a judgment for the desecration of the kirk.
There was talk of a pricker being called, but I'd have none of it. No. I forbade it. If they'll not confess their sin to me, I'll not have it wrung out of them.
What, pray, is a pricker?
A shameful business. A pricker of witches. One of their tricks is to prick the unfortunates with pins and the like. Oh. If they bleed not, they're cried guilty. But that's the least of their villainies. There is no warrant for them in the word, and the law loves them not.
And speaking of the blessed word, niece, is it not time you go to your catechism with Mr. Fordyce?
Oh, surely.
Indeed, it is, Aunt. Come, Mr. Fordyce. I have longed all week to hear your exposition of the sins of Ishbosheth.
Oh. Well, aye, yes. Well, pray excuse us, Mistress Hawkshaw.
You wish to speak with me, Mr. Sempill?
Yes, but with your husband's death, my purpose is...
Is what, sir?
Is to request the hand of your ward, Mistress Yester, in marriage.
Aye. I had guessed as much from the lassie. I mun tell you, sir, it canna be.
Oh, mistress.
Man, do you care know whom you speak? Catherine's a lady born. There's nae older or prouder stock in Scotland. And you, well, you're the grandson of the miller of Roodfoot.
I am a minister of Christ, madam, who did not disdain the cabin of a carpenter.
And that's another objection. How would the lassie set with a man's, think ye? She's been brought up among papists and prelatists. Good sakes, what would the presbytery think of her?
I am ready to answer to the presbytery.
But what if you're turned out of Woodilee? Now, that's a broad prospect.
My father left me comfortably provided.
I'll no deny I'd be blithe to see Catherine provided for, but the Kirk... I mean, could you no go down the water to the old yesterlands and buy a bit estate and set up Catherine in her forebears' countryside?
No, I cannot. I would be going back on my vows. I would be false to my faith. I'd be making terms with the devil.
Catherine, I mind well you're listening at the door. You'd best enter.
On?
Well, I've had a word with your minister, and as in duty bound I set forth the difficulties, and he answered as he said he would. You're a pair of fools, but there may be worse things in God's sight than fools. Davy, lad, get down in your hunkers, and I'll give you my blessing.
Oh, Mistress Catherine.
What's this?
Mistress Grizzle! Mistress Grizzle!
Willie, what's the meaning of this? Do you don't mind we're busy?
There's a woman here from the manse, Isabel Veach.
Isabel Veach? Oh.
She wants to speak with Mr. Sempill. Says it's desperate urgent.
Oh, it's my housekeeper. In God's name, what can have brought her here? She'll never venture out after dusk.
Send her in.
Oh, Mr. David.
What is it, Isabel?
I've searched all over for you, till Richie Smale said he saw you riding this way. It's the pricker.
Huh?
He's come.
Where?
He was at Ephraim Cairds yesternight, and no sooner were you gone than he started his work.
Oh.
They've ta'en Bessie Todd in the mains.
Bessie Todd?
The pricker found the devil's mark in her, and they burnt her feet with cornels, and they've hung her for the rafters by her thumbs. Oh, no, I know not what else.
Where is she?
Peter Pennycook's granary.
Minister! Ephraim Caird. What devil's prank are you at?
Oh, all has been done decently and in order, sir. This worthy man who has skill in second matters has come to free the parishine of the sin of witchcraft.
The woman has the devil's mark, sir, and by her confession is guilty of charming. She has cured a cow by taking live trouts from its belly. She's used the charm of the 7 south-flowing streams and the 9 rowan
And
bellies.
how rang ye this confession out her?
I dinna ken ye have the right to meddle, Mr. Sempill, ye that stand suspended and under threat of dismissal. You'd best gang him to your bed, sir.
I'll no leave without this woman. She'll go back with me to the manse this night, and please God, I will nurse her back into life.
That will not be permitted.
She goes back to the manse. Whoever opposes me will rue it.
Wait up your blade, sir. Till becomes a minister of God to behave so. These honest Christian folk have been following the light vouchsafed to them.
I'll not put up it. Aye.
Well, I know not who you be, sir, but our thanks to you.
Who I am is of no import. But here's a misfortunate matter. I've no doubt that this woman is all you say she is, but a muckle mischief shall no be did this in.
And the wife's well enough. You'll need kill a tough old grey hen so easy. Witches are not as other folk.
I heartily hope so, sir. For the law has no cognizance of you prickers. And if well-meaning folk under your guidance compass the death of a man or woman, it will be murder under the law.
Always done according to custom.
Oh, I know you. You're one Kincaid, but you've gone by other names. You've been a dominie, a stickit minister, a thief and a thief-taker, a spy and a witch-finder. Aye, and a warlock you're saying.
Who are you? Who are you?
Turn your eyes to the light of this lantern. Keep them so. What's in your een? Oh, aye. I see the fires that blaze in hell, and the worm that dieth not. The fires. God, Lord God, the blaze of them is kicking through. 'Tis kicking through. I thought so. Now answer me. Was ever word in your draggy mouth that wasn't false as hell? Say I am a liar, like my father the devil afore me.
I am a liar.
Like
my father, the devil afore me.
Be gone from hence, unclean thing.
Stop!
No, let him go. He flies to his master. And you as well, for you are tainted also.
I protest, I ken what hellish...
Bonny man, will you make trial with me?
No. I ken what spell the deal has given you, but you'll not lay it on me. Oh, no!
There's your king devil, Davy. Or I'm much mistaken.
Aye, Ephraim cared. My heartfelt thanks to you, Mr. Kerr. But what brings you here?
I was hiding out at Carlton when you visited. I thought best you should not know, but when I heard of this matter, I knew of Kincaid of old. But I'm in great haste and need the cover of the dark to travel.
Before you go, Mark, will you tell me...
What am I about? You may as well know. A forlorn mission atwixt Jamie Graham and the King's Majesty in Oxford, if both Oxford and the King be not fallen into the hands of the bold Oliver.
I was going to ask what you did to conjure the pricker.
Well, that was simply done. The trick of the eyes I learned from the Tinkers of Hungary. The pillar of fire was but a wee pinch of Greek powder in the lanthorn. I'm on my way. I'm mighty heartened to learn of your betrothal. It is the only good news I've had this 3 months. You must get this poor creature to the manse, though I'd not give a bodle for her chances.
Bessie Todd died that night, and was buried decently in the kirkyard. But her death was soon forgotten in the flood tide of death that all but overwhelmed the parish. In January, more children died. Then, in February, Peter Pennycook took sick and died in 8 hours. Alas, his was not an edifying deathbed for so noted a professor. Amos Ritchie's wife, Ally, following, and young Jess Morrison that I'd seen dancing in the wood, and Richie Smale. Then it was Andrew Shillinglaw fled the parish. Gibby died. And poor Amos Ritchie, having seen his wife die, then bore witness to the deaths of his 3 children. For 3-4 months the pestilence raged. The bodies lay unburied in the ways. I cried often on God, but thought as often of Katrine. Until one evening in May.
Away home with you, my lady. Away home. And keep your mouth tight, stick it till you're out of the hell of dear.
Who is it, Isabel? Katrine, what madness brought you here? Half the parish is sick and dead. There's poison in the very air.
I am your promised wife. Where should I be but by your side? You will not forbid me.
But your aunt...
Aunt Grisel knows I am come. She has given me this pomander of spices to protect me.
But Katrine...
David, being soldiers, my family has some knowledge of the plague, for it ever follows the sword. And I will say this to you. You may not cure it, but you may prevent its spread.
How, in God's name?
You must burn the body. Mistress, fire is the best purifier.
Dinna speak of burning, mistress. For though the body is but our earthly tenement, burning is out like the devil's work.
We shall rouse the place to madness, Katrine.
Yet it must be done. Believe me, David, it must. Burn them.
And it was done. My only helpers were Amos Ritchie, who worked as if in a dream, and the saintly Isabel. Katrine came often to visit the sick children, and by some miracle came to no hurt. On the 1st day of June, the pestilence took its last victim. It is now the end of the month, and our marriage vows are to be taken before Mr. Fordyce on the 7th of July. 5 days after, I am summoned before the Presbytery to answer my accusers, which ought verily to fill me with trepidation, but which seems of little consequence beside those horrors through which we have lately passed, and the bliss in prospect. This day are to dine here at the manse for the first time my own beloved Katrine, her good aunt, and another friend, whose name Katrine will not tell me, but can only be Mark Kerr. Isabel has been about her baking and broiling 2 whole days, and not a piece of pewter but isn't scoured twice over.
Mr. David, oh, mercy on us, we're here. Lord, there's 4 of them. The ladies are riding pillion to 2 gentlemen. There's 2 of them, sir?
What matter if there are, Isabel? You've enough provender here for the feeding of the 5,000.
You were right, sir. It is Mr. Mark Kerr. But who the other one is, I dinna ken.
Mark. David. Mr. Hawkshaw. Katrine, my dears.
David. Oh, David.
Now, we'll have none of your French gallantry here, mistress. Such was not the way in our day, hey, good wife Isabel?
Will you please to enter, sirs? Ladies.
Aye, enter.
Good day to you, Mr. Sempill.
My Lord Marquis, we're honoured, but how are you here so openly?
Tis such a tale as I would
Will you take wine, my lady?
Wine? No. I've heard that well of your good ale, mistress. I'll taste a tass of that. Here. Oh, man, Davy, you're looking gosh. You look like a ghost.
He has done the work of 10 men these many months, aunt.
And yourself, lassie. See what you had done to my bairns, sir. Just fair broke with riding the roads and tending the riff-raff of Woodilee, and the whole parish not worth a hair in her head. You take a sip of the red wine, girl. It'll thicken your blood.
I will.
My lady.
Thank you, Isabel.
Well, Mark, you're back to full health?
I'm not David. Well, man, you're naught but skin and bone.
Wine, my lord.
Do you have a drop of Uskaba?
Certainly, sir.
Uskaba. A drop of warmth in a world grown cold. Mistress Isabel, I drink to you. I know well the broad service you rendered to my friend Mark. Now, you ask what I do here, Mr. Sempill. This paper shall explain.
Montrose. I refer you to this trusty bearer, Mark Kerr, for the reasons and manner of my coming to this army. This shall therefore only give you positive commands and tell you real truths, leaving the why of all to the bearer. You must disband your forces and go to France. This at first may startle you.
You did that right enough.
But you shall always find me your most assured, constant, real, faithful friend, Charles Rex. Coming to this army, what army?
The army of Sir David Leslie at Newcastle, to which His Majesty has surrendered his person. I carried the letter under safe conduct.
And I ride now to Angus to surrender my sword to your Major General John Middleton of County.
Don't fash yourself, Jamie. The world knows you've done all a body could and more. Come, man. You've toasted one good woman. I'll give you another. Mistress Katrine Yester.
Oh, I cannot bear. You should not. You... Oh,
my lady, are you unwell?
Katrine!
Oh, David.
Here you go, Mistress Isabel. Poor lassie. Didn't you fear, Davy? Here, my pretty. It is nothing. She's not sick, are you? Just weary with our heavy task. A long lie in her bed will soon put her right. That it will. And a change in the weather.
This day, the 7th in July, 1646, which was to have seen my nuptials, has become the most melancholy that ever happened to me. This morning, at about 20 minutes after 11, it pleased Almighty God to take to himself my betrothed, Katrine Yester of Caledon, after lying sick of the pestilence 7 days. Her soul is passed into that rest where the body of Jesus and the souls of the saints are. She was a bundle of myrrh, a bundle of sweetness, as a box of sweet ointment which is now broken. Oh Lord, I rejoice that I had such a present for thee.
My poor David. What can I say to you? Save that she was made in the image of her Maker and is now gone to meet him.
Aye.
You'll not now be going to the presbytery, will you? If you'll give me your papers, I'll do what I can for you, weak vessel though I am.
No, I shall go. But before that, I must see her buried. She'll lie in the part of the greenwood which was her own, the place she called paradise. So she would have wished.
All earth is hallowed which receives Christian dust. I can see no objection. But man, If you will go to face the presbytery, we must take thought to your defence, for they'll set a power of pharisaical sophistry again you if I know aught of them.
I'll put up a fight, Mr. Fordyce, but I fear it is a foregone conclusion.
What for? The presbytery of Allah, in the name of Jesus Christ, the sole King and head of the church, and by the power committed by him to them, did and hereby do summarily excommunicate David Sempill, at present residing in the parish of Woodilee, and do hereby enjoin all the faithful to shun all dealings with him, as they would not be found to harden him in his sins, and so to partake with him in his judgments.
To the Reverend Mr. James Fordyce. It is of great regret to me that I could not meet with you ere I quit Woodilee, but I was told you were sick of a flux and could admit no visitors. I doubt not that your sickness was much occasioned by the strain of your Herculean defence of my cause at the presbytery meeting, for the which, though it fell on stony ground, I shall be ever grateful. This missive has several purposes, though the expression of my sincere thanks is the chief. I have left with Isabel Veitch, who you must know now lodges with Dame Grizzle at Caledon, my papers on Isaiah. I beg you to have them. I have also left with Isabel my works of Hebrew scholarship, including the lexicon of Bambergius. Pray accept them in token of the esteem I bear you. The final purpose of my writing to you is to acquaint you with a curious occurrence which attended my return from the presbytery meeting. Passing by the wood, I entered it to visit Katrine's grave and Aiblins to commune with her. The night was dark, a great wind blew, and I came nigh to the glade with the pagan altar. There I espied a figure in the attitude, I can only say, of devotion.
Ephraim Caird, what do you do here in God's name?
Mr. Sempill, get you hence. Get you hence. There are powers here greater than you ken of.
Say you so?
Aye, I do. Ye who meddle with second things, are you no destroyed quite? Excommunicate, your paramour dead, your grand chevalier thrown into exile. Think you such things came about by chance?
Have a care, Ephraim. You totter on the brink of the pit.
I defy you.
'Tis not me you defy, man, but a greater far.
Pshaw. Here in this temple I have the strength of 10. I could strike you dead if I were minded.
Why do you not do so then? Come on, man! Repent! Your sin is proven and acknowledged.
You hate me?
I have never hated you. I love you so dearly I would save your soul. I say to you, if the Lord be God, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him. No man may serve two masters. Renounce Christ or renounce Satan.
Adorne!
Renounce your master, here in his own temple. Say after me, I abhor and reject the devil and all his works, and I fling myself upon the mercy of God.
I abhor...
I beg ye in the bowels of Christ, repent!
Too late! They come, the dogs, the red dogs!